praise the Lord, just sitting here looking out the window and counting cars. A lot of people have problems being alone or being still. But when we present or ourselves on a platter, we thought it was a springboard going to said person, said man, said woman. But instead of being a springboard, it became a gangplank. So through contrition, attrition, the wrong nutrition of life, allowing myself to be mistreated and subjecting myself to mistreatment, thinking that mistreatment constitutes love or a future change. Again, a lot of us think mistreatment at the hands of someone else. We think that equates or correlates or constitutes love, or because the person treats us so wrong, we subconsciously believe that we can fix that person. This miniature God in our heart, this we call his own, our heart, see, when your heart and mind are not on speaking terms, you'll say in your mind, I need to leave this man alone. I need to leave this woman alone. But your heart will be like, oh, give him another shot. Hit him with your best shot. Fire away. Yeah, they firing and firing and firing on all cylinders. But there's no change on the horizon. I often tell my son that people don't understand that you don't understand that it's mistreatment, excuse me, that comes to the forefront of your mind in your frontal lobe. Mistreatment comes to the forefront of your mind when the marriage or said relationship fails. Now, you can say, hey, I don't like the way you treat me. You might say you're mistreating me. But oftentimes, we don't understand the scale and volume of mistreatment, or that it was mistreatment, just like abuse is the combination of two words, abnormal in use. So when something does not function properly, whether it be your heart, your mind, your car, or your TV, your phone, then that means something is wrong on the inside. As I leave this alone, so I'm sitting looking at the window, man, and just thinking about, look how far God has brought me. Look how God has brought us. Look what God has done. So sometimes we get antsy and find ourselves wanting to be in the clutches, in the grasp or an embrace of someone, and we, through mistreatment, we allow that to transmutate. Instead of being in the embrace or in the hands of someone, you wind up being in the clutches. You thought you was driving it, but it ended up dragging you. So that springboard of which you thought was going into a person's life and coming into your life, it became a gangplank. As I leave this alone, so a lot of us have allowed people, plural, men, women, plural, because we have this, I don't know, it's something inside of us that causes us to keep choosing the same type or kind of woman, or the same type of kind of man, and we keep getting the same old mistreatment. So that causes us to say all men are the same, all women are the same. No, you keep picking the same type of man or type of woman with the same kind of mistreatment and abuse, which is abnormal use, as I land God's spacecraft. So all men and all women are not the same. You just keep picking the same man or woman with the same mistreatment attributes. As I leave this alone. So sitting here just grateful and counting cars and just grateful that I'm able to sit here and be alone. And I remember when I used to be afraid of nightfall, when I was addicted to everything but God, because I knew once nightfall hit, I was going to hit. I was going to hit the streets. I was going to hit the bottle. I was going to hit whatever. I was hooked on everything but God. And I used to be afraid of nightfall because I know that I was going to fall once nightfall. Mistreatment of oneself. So I started to love myself and understand that I had a little self-worth and a little self-value, and and you know, the glitter of life, this gray hair, and you know, and growing my hair back, and burying my mom the 21st of December 2011, then burying my baby brother the 10th of November 2012, and then burying my oldest brother. He died on Christmas Eve, dropped dead on Christmas Eve 2013, 3 deaths in 3 years, and you know, and before all that, my granddaddy's suicide, my dad died in my arms, you know, and I just thought that, I thought I'd been through so much mistreatment, but I allowed myself to be mishandled, and each death prepared me for each death. But I couldn't charge God with no wrongdoing. I couldn't kick the doors of heaven in and charge the Most High God, El Elyon, with any wrongdoing. And I had been displaced. And if you want if you want peace with God, make peace with God. He's not cosmetic, he's cosmic. So I had to realize and overstand that I was mistreating myself and allowing others to mistreat the property of God. All he has saved me from, including myself, I was allowing others to mistreat me. So now I have no problem being alone. I have no problem looking out the window counting cars. I have no problem stealing away. I have no problem being on my island of Patmos. I have no problem being in an undisclosed location. I'm sociable, but I'm private. I'm outgoing, but I love the inside of me as well. Mistreatment. Guard your heart. Guard your mind. Don't have a problem being alone. You're on layaway of God. Don't take yourself off a layaway before it's too soon. And there's no such thing as being on layaway too late. Because anytime you take yourself off a layaway of God too soon, it's just like landing without the orders of God. You're going to endure a horrible crash. It's going to hurt. Mistreatment. Guard your heart. Guard your mind. Peace. Don't take mistreatment.